you deserve something better. And no matter what you do of good for yourself, you're involved in a corrupt and rotten system. So whatever you do, it's limited. And God don't want no limited good for us. He wants to open the door of heaven for all of us. Now, the last thing I want to say, this week coming up is Thanksgiving. Such a phony holiday. Ask the Indians, is it a nice holiday for them? The next day is Black Friday. I'd like to give us some marching orders. See, Martin Luther King, in his last speech in Memphis, April 3rd, the day before he was killed. Listen to Dr. King's words. He said, we don't have to argue with anybody. We don't have to curse and go around acting bad with our words. We don't need any bricks and bottles. We don't need any Molotov cocktails. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country and say, quote, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his people right. And we've come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. Dr. King. Now, I hope you haven't gone shopping yet. Listen. This Christmas, let's make it a real mass for Christ. Listen to what I'm saying. Christ is not interested in you going in the store and making the already rich, putting yourself in debt for another year to give out gifts. Come on. Jesus didn't ask you to do that. When you go home, take your Bible, look at the 10th chapter of Jeremiah, and know that going out in the forest, cutting down a tree, bringing it home, decking it with silver and gold, that's what the heathens do. You don't need no Christmas tree in your house. That's pagan practice. Leave the tree. Oh, come on, Farrakhan. Leave the tree. Leave the lights. Because you in the end of the month, Santa ain't paying your electric bill. And I tell you what, leave the mythical Santa at the North Pole, or wherever the hell he is. You leave Santa. And don't you ever again spend money on your children and give the credit to a mythical Caucasian and make your children think that they got to continue to look to white people to get things that you give them with your hard sweat and blood. Now, I'd like to celebrate this Christmas with you. Now, we know that Jesus was not born on the 25th, but you got to come back, and Brother Ishmael will teach you all about that. But here's what I want you and I to do. There's a 107th surah of the Quran. It's titled Al-Ma'un, acts of kindness. Don't cost money to be kind.